good question. Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
New place, but same old vibes to start the show. Welcome everyone to the stream. We are back again with a new coat of paint that is very, very difficult to understand, but we will learn as we go here. You know, we don't have all of the special accoutrement that we are used to, but we have most of it. Tonight we have the MCU versus the DCU as we will go over the Clayface trailer as well as some DCU news. And we will follow that up with the breakdown of the Avengers Doomsday trailer that was shown at CinemaCon, which we have to read, as well as some brand new Spider-Man news that came across with some parts about the plot that are been shown by Entertainment Weekly that we'll go through, including Spider-Man's return to normal non-text or non-tech-based things might be not what they're doing. So all that and more because it's Wow Wednesday. Greetings, travelers, whiz kids, and word players. It is Wednesday, which means it is Wow Wednesday once again. I am Wizard of Wordplay, the Wow of Wow Wednesday, and I am joined as I am always by he's as smooth as Tennessee whiskey and sweet as strawberry wine. It's Jessica James.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we all know why we're here. Okay, Wizard, just go ahead and start gushing about Assassin's Creed Black Flag's remake. Just go ahead. It's
that will probably be next week. Also, your audio is
Are you crazy?
Your audio is quiet.
Oh, yours is a little loud.
Oh, maybe I'm crazy.
Okay, hold on. Let me whoa, why is my audio up so much?
Well, I just turned you up because I was like, your audio is quiet.
Oh, okay. All right. Did you adjust yours?
Yeah, I turned mine down to like middle.
Okay, you sound good now. You sound good through my head.
Okay.
Chat, let us know how we sound. Hopefully we sound good. Hopefully we sound awesome. Let me scoot up and get a little closer to my mic.
No, so Black Flag Resynced we will possibly go over next week as we will have a gaming news episode for that, and we will go through the whole thing. And Jesker, I will try to be strong. I will not be swayed by whatever they try to tell me. We will watch their breakdown, and we will look, and we will be harsh, and we will not be, we will not be falling under their spell.
It looks good though. What are you talking about?
No, we can't. They will try to tempt you and trick you with their deceits that Ubisoft they are.
Look, all I'm saying is, if Ubisoft is a serpent, I might be taking a bite of that apple. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if we have time tonight, maybe we'll do it, but probably not.
I'm surprised. I was expecting you to go gung ho on this shit.
No, like I said, I'm trying to tighten up the topics a bit better. So it's like we're gonna
baby though.
Not gonna go variety show.
That'd be like if we got a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer and I didn't immediately do a live stream about the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer.
Yeah, but you'd. Well, I mean, like that would require you do a live stream though, Jesker.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. Dude, I get on there and it would literally just me going, oh.
I almost was going to shoot you a message, actually. I was going to go like, hey, do you want to talk about this on the show or should I just do a video on it? Because I think it came out on Thursday last week, right? And so I'm like, ooh, I'm off. Hey, I could do it. I could just sit there and just gush about it and record myself. So,
homie, why not both?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to do the deep dive and then we'll clip that out. But like I said, we'll have that next week because there's been some news and there's other gaming stuff to cover. Xbox is rising from the grave and PlayStation is shooting itself in the foot. So we'll have that too.
It's a funny world, isn't it? It's a funny world.
Yeah, it's the constant back and forth. Get those two go down. But anyway, this week we have our DCU and MCU news to talk about. Before we get into that, let's say hello to the chat and learn how this thing works. So Baki is here right now. Yeah, just using this fucking Streamlabs, it is weird.
There is a learning curve. I will show you how everything works if you need me to. Just
like I get a lot of it because it's the same things with StreamYard. It just is in different spots,
right?
And things are a bit different. What I didn't like is that I can't set my video background to be. I can do a picture background, but I can't do a video background. Swan is here now, dropping these stars in the chat. Can I get some stars out in the chat tonight?
If you need me to, like, seriously, like, I mean, obviously not right now, we're live, but like, I can show you how this shit works because
I think I got it. It's just the I obviously had to do some setups, had to upload everything, set everything how I wanted it to look. Like I said, the overall themes that they have here are very sparse, and this was the only one that was green that, like, I had to change the green, but like it's the only one that wasn't like bright and
you can do a green screen.
Yeah, but I can't set a video background. I can only do an image. So like I like it when it moves. I like it when it moves.
I wonder if you could do it. Actually, I need to experiment with that myself. I wonder if you could do a GIF.
I don't think. Let me look, because it's style, or it's design. It's design. So background. So no. So it says new background, PNG or JPEG.
Okay.
To be the background.
Yeah, I've never tried doing a GIF. So.
Yeah. Well, and it wouldn't even let you. So because it listed on the thing. So, but they can do videos, right? Because obviously this moves, but I can't do videos.
Look, man, all I'm saying is it's a little more limited than StreamYard, but you still get a lot of really good shit. And for that price, I mean, shit, bro, you can't beat it.
Yeah, it's a better price, but truly at what cost? But if you would want, we have this place sucks. Let's go back to StreamYard monthly goal of $45. Which you can send me in any amount that pleases you, and it won't reset. It'll carry over if that's what you're setting it for.
It's $45. That's
$45.
That's how much StreamYard is now?
To use what I was using, yeah, to be able to do everything we were using.
And you're doing the $9.99 plan now, right?
I'm doing the 17 because of the extra. There was the extra stuff that I think I couldn't. There was something I couldn't do. They were like, "Hey, you need to pay for that."
Yeah, I upgraded to the 17 as well. Which, by the way, folks,
it's cheaper than 45, but
soon, folks. Very, 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 very soon.
Yeah, he'll get back to it eventually. But Jesker, besides ducking and dodging streaming like it owes you money, what else did you do this week?
So I went to the movie theaters, and I went to go see the Michael Jackson biopic this weekend. I fucking loved it. It was
really,
yes. Oh, it was great. I know what the critics have been saying, but the critics are full of shit. They're lying to you. I have recommended other people go see it. Other people have gone seen it based off of my recommendations, and they love it. Everybody that I know loves it. Now I will go ahead, and it's not really a spoiler, but it's kind of a I don't want you. I don't want people going in thinking it's a movie about his entire life. It's not. This is essentially a part one. They pulled a Wicked, okay? Because everybody went into the first Wicked thinking it was like the whole Broadway musical. No, 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 no. This is basically Michael Jackson's life from when he was a kid, going into the Jackson 5, to eventually breaking off and becoming a solo artist. The last tour with the Jackson 5. It basically goes into the 80s, all right? So, like, from the start of his career into the 80s. It doesn't really get into the 90s at all, which is where a lot of the controversy about Michael comes from. That's where it starts, and then it just kind of continues from there until his untimely passing. And so this is a part one. This is a part one. I assume they're going to do a sequel based off of the end where they say his story continues. That's how they end it. So I would assume that they are going to do a sequel to cover the later half of his life. But man, I'm telling you, watching this movie, you gotta feel for the guy, what his dad put him through, what he dealt with. But I mean, it's amazing that he was as kind as he was, and I'll go ahead and I'll say this. I don't believe all the bullshit that they tried to pin on him. I just don't. When I was younger, I did, but that's because my family thought,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they assumed that he had done all that stuff. As I got older and I actually looked into the case, I actually did my own research. There's a lot of fucking holes in that case, bro.
Yeah.
There's
Noxie's here. Hello, Noxie.
There's like a magazine where they try to say, oh, it's got this kid's fingerprints on an adult magazine. It's got this kid's fingerprints on it. It's got Michael's fingerprints on it. And then you later go to find out that the chain of custody with that piece of evidence was broken, and so it's completely unreliable. So it's just look into it, folks. If you still think that if you Swan's saying that you can hardly hear me.
Can anyone hear? Well, she might be behind back when you were quiet. I mean, I can hear him perfectly fine. I don't know if he's...
Let me check YouTube real quick. Hold on, let me check
YouTube. Yeah, pull that up.
See how I sound.
Jesker is hard to hear.
Okay, let me see how I sound. Oh yeah, I am hard to hear. Daggone. Okay, let me. You know what? Hold up. Let me just switch mics real quick. Hold up, because I'm using.
You're really good. You're really good right there.
Hold on a second. Let me just switch mics.
No, Swan is live. Yeah. And you're really good with what you just did. If you just got real close.
Okay, I just switched over to my headset mic. How do I sound?
Now you sound great.
Okay, all right. That's what it was. So shit, I feel weird now. I don't know if anybody even heard my whole spiel on Michael. Point is, it's a great movie. Go check it out. I don't believe Michael did the shit he did. I think there was a bunch of holes in that case. I think I can go into conspiracy theory territory. I will a little bit. Fuck it. I think that Michael knew about a lot of the shit that was going on in Hollywood to kids that we know about now. And I think he was going to expose that shit, and they framed him. I think they tried to make Michael the scapegoat. I think that's what happened. But yeah, I don't think he did that shit. I think Michael was a good dude, homie. I really do. And I love the movie. It got me hyped, all the songs, but daggum, man, coming out of it and realizing what he went through and what people put him through and how young he died, because he died at what, 50?
I don't remember.
I mean, dude, I'm sad, man. Like, he didn't deserve that. He really didn't deserve that.
Yeah. Yeah, Swan says still a bit low.
Okay, I don't know why people.
I just checked on YouTube and it sounded fine. I have headphones on, but I've got you on settings wise. You're on max right here, so you think you're all right.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me just see what I sound like. Let me test my audio. Real
Victor,
quick.
the lore seekers here says Doomsday will reset the MCU universe. Well, I think you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself there, Victor, because we do still have Secret Wars, and that I think will reset the
Okay,
whole thing.
I just listened to myself on YouTube, and I mean, given I've got headphones on, but I sound okay. Like
Victor says it's fine. I think we figured it out. I think just the mic that you were using before wasn't the proper one, but yeah. So the Michael movie, I heard that there's like weird timeline anachronisms in it.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I just saw on Twitter that like there's like Michael has an Apple Watch at one point.
What?
I saw like just let me see. Like, it was out of context. Maybe it's not even true, but let me see what I can find.
I don't remember that at all. Now, maybe he had a watch that looks similar to an Apple Watch, because I mean, given this is going from like what, the 50s into the 80s, and I mean there was like a lot of weird fashion trends going on at the time, so maybe it looked like an Apple Watch, but I don't remember that shit.
I don't know. I like it's one tweet, so I don't know if it's actually true or not. But
it's a good. I'm telling you, folks, go see it. It's probably going to be the most profitable biopic film in history. The way it's going.
So, where it is right now, it's Rotten Tomatoes has it at a like a 37, right? Critics are painting it, but the audience is liking it.
Yeah. Well, fuck it, dude. I mean, the critics have been so wrong lately. They got it wrong about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's a fun movie. Audiences love it. They got it wrong about Michael. I mean, there's always been a disconnect between the critics and the audience, but it's been so blatant lately. Like, I don't think the critics have any idea what people want.
Yeah.
I really think they're just so out of touch. They don't know what people like and what people love.
Noxie says, I hate to say it, but Razor Fist had a really good Michael Jackson series. I remember he did like a bunch of videos debunking the he's really kind of, I think, the first to like try to debunk the Michael Jackson stuff. Series of Bats is here, just stopping by to say howdy, chat, Wizard and Jesker. Thank you. Series of Bats.
What's up, Bats?
Yeah, it's not something that will be on my radar because I'm not really a big Michael Jackson guy. I've only ever heard the songs through like soundtracks and stuff, and never really like, I was a teenager when Michael Jackson died, and then every other like teenager was like discovering Michael Jackson for the first time, being like, "Oh, Michael Jackson's so great," and all this is like, it's like, brother, we're 11, like, you're not like discovering music every time. I remember in middle school doing like I don't remember what the context was, but I had to do like I was just fucking around. I did like an evil laugh, right? And someone said like, oh, like, you trying to be Michael Jackson? And I was a kid. And I'm like, motherfucker, Michael Jackson didn't do the fucking laugh in Thriller. That's Vincent Price, you fucking mark. Like,
but man, here's the thing though. Obviously, I wasn't around when Michael Jackson was at his peak, because his peak was like the 80s, the 70s and the 80s. Obviously, I didn't exist yet, but when you go back and you look at the history of music and the history of pop culture, man, you cannot deny the impact that Michael Jackson had.
No, you can't.
Crazy, dude. Like, when they call him the king of pop, there's a reason for that.
No, I mean, like, the way my parents would talk about like how big his music was back then and stuff, and then like when it bled into obviously when he was a megastar, when we were teenagers before he died, and then um there was the stuff that the stuff that was left behind with him about like the whole kid stuff. And you grow up like you were saying, like everyone believed it. My mom believed it. And you had the like Family Guy would make the jokes and stuff, and it just became the thing. And then you find out later that it's like, yeah, they just kind of just stuck him with that. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's just weird.
And again, you got to question, why did they go so hard at this guy when the evidence is very, 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 very doubtful? Something was up with that. Something was up with that. I don't want to go too far into conspiracy territory, but the industry did that man wrong.
Well, and there was a lot too with like the whole rumor about him bleaching his skin, because he had the thing that would give him obviously the vitiligo to give him the wrong pigmentation. But like he was just like, yeah, he bleached it because he wanted to be white and all this shit. And it's like, like there was Michael Jackson had a lot of just like people just making shit up about him. And and that's crazy.
He never bleached his skin. He was always proud to be a black man, but he had a disease. He had a rare disease. Like, what was he supposed to do? It wasn't his. It's like when people would be like, oh, he's so effeminate and his voice is so feminine. It's like, that's just how the genetics lined up, and that's what made him a star. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, because how he was able to get the notes and stuff.
None of us could do that. I mean, I don't have the. I cannot make my voice go like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you think that they'll do some type of sequel, or do you think that the bad reception will keep it from happening?
No. I think because it's making a lot of money. I mean, it's probably going to be the biggest financial success as far as a biopic goes. And so I think because of that, no, they're definitely going to do a sequel. And they do. The tagline at the end is "His story continues." So,
I believe that the tagline says Michael Jackson will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Dude, I would. Oh, you know how awesome that would be. I mean, oh my god, can you imagine Doctor Doom's like got the Avengers on the rope, and all of a sudden a portal opens up. Michael comes down. He's like, "Who's bad? Who's bad?"
Yeah. Well, you know that Michael Jackson was gonna own Marvel at some point. And he was going to make a Spider-Man movie, I think, was also a possibility.
I would have liked to have seen a Michael Jackson Spider-Man movie.
That would have been pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm trying to think what the story behind that was, where I know that the Spider-Man thing was in the 1990s, Michael Jackson attempted to purchase Marvel Comics during its bankruptcy, driven by his desire to produce and star as a Spider-Man in a live-action film.
You know what?
Jackson worked with Stan Lee on the acquisition, but the deal failed.
You know what the wild thing is, though? He had the money to do it.
Yeah, he could have.
There's a story about Michael Jackson when he was going through like court and everything. He had to stay at some hotel because he got tired of driving back and forth to the courthouse. And he just bought the entire top floor of that hotel. And when he was asked, how much did it cost to buy the entire top floor of this hotel? He said, I don't know. Dude, when you can just throw money like that to buy something like that, and this wasn't some low-grade hotel. This was a nice fucking hotel. When you can just do that and you don't even pay attention, you don't even know how much it costs, dude, that's fuck you money. Like, the people out there saying Michael Jackson died broke and stuff, the fuck he did. Michael Jackson had an ungodly amount of money. So no, he could have bought Marvel like that. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, and and then him as Spider-Man would have been just nuts. And then if he did own Marvel, right? Like, how would they have, how would that have worked for, for everyone long term? Like, how would that have, like, what would a Michael Jackson owned Marvel been like?
Probably way more glittery and colorful.
Yeah.
Oh, Thanos, I'm whooping your big fat ass with my shiny glove.
Noxie says, yeah, you got to remember he mostly owned Sony in the 80s.
That's very true. That's very fucking true.
Like he was afraid Sony was going to kill him.
That's a good segue. You want to talk about the PlayStation? Or no, wait a minute.
No, that's next week.
All right. We'll save the. I was so ready to talk about games this week. Damn it, Wizard.
Yeah, well, we skipped Clayface last week, so we gotta want to delay. Damn it.
We'll talk about this weird ass fucking trailer.
Well, first we got with some housekeeping to do, as I got to talk about my week, which overall creatively didn't have much going on besides finish. I had an epiphany about one of the parts of my comic book story where I'm like, oh, that's a good change I should make, which is a small change. It was a small change. It didn't take long to change it, but I'm like, oh, that's good. And it'll build to something later. So I was excited about that. So I went through and I did another rewrite. So I'm draft 3 of issue 1 now, and I should be ready to call it. And then I'll make small changes as I'm drawing it, because that's the good thing about actually being the artist. But besides that, the Jesker had some we had some things said about us. Well, last week we discussed a topic, right? It was a hot button topic. It was the Pragmata controversy, and we covered it from all angles, right? We looked at that Mary Morgan chick. We looked at the Hassan Piker, and we looked at the gamer, right? And I clipped out 2 of those segments, and we got some good views on those. As you can see here, the very first one, the "Men Can't Care, This Take is Wild" clip, which I threw out all the fucking clickbait stops. Look at this. I got like the weird face on her there, like it was like what fucking like Yellow Flash would do, or like Nerdrotic would do.
Look at my boy. Look at my boy being a real fucking YouTuber.
I got the "it got worse" on there. Like I'm just fucking clickbait. And then so I did, depending on which one you saw, you might have seen different versions of this. So I had done like the multiple testing thing, and so I had different thumbnails going, and so this one was my favorite that was on there, but it didn't get like selected as the best one for that Mary Morgan thing. I like that one.
Well, now I will say this, and some people are going to get mad at me when I say this, but there is a trick you can do with the YouTube algorithm. And I've seen other people do this. Every 24 hours, every 48 hours, change the title, change the thumbnail, and people will think it's a new video and they'll click it.
Well, so there is YouTube has the A/B testing like feature in there, where you obviously you can set it and it'll just throw out 2 to 3 different versions, and then whatever one clicks the most, it'll be like this one's got the higher performing numbers. We'll go with this one, right? So that's what we did with these ones. And so this one right here, this one started the whole thing. As you see, it got 510 views, and we got some comments on this from outside people, which we enjoy. We love all of our outside people that decide to stop by and have their voices known. And so this one, you had a lot more people in support of us going against the Mary Morgan thing. And so, we had people basically, saying the same things we were saying, like, I don't love my nephews, because I spoil the heck out of them, right? The only people who hate this game are misandrists. It's a really good game. I missed that one. Stuff like that. So, pretty normal. Like I said, got 510 views. It was all right. And then we kicked a hornet's nest, as it were. A proverbial hornet's nest, as the Hassan Piker clip went up the next day. And this one blew up more than I thought it would.
I'm going to be real with you, Wizard. This doesn't surprise me, because we talked about this in the DMs about what was going on here, and then it clicked with me later. Of course, people went crazy over this because the people that like actually watch Hassan Piker religiously are fucking crazy, dude. They're a cult. They're a fucking cult of personality. They have this weird parasocial relationship with this dude. Of course this happened. I should not have been surprised.
Yeah, I was mainly more surprised that people, because generally the way that it's gone when I've, in any of these past clips that I have, right? People will leave comments. Mainly it's like, if it is negative, it's more just like, yeah, you guys suck. Or like, right? And it's like, okay, whatever, pal. And you brush them off. This one has, I think, the most comments that I've ever gotten on the channel. And definitely the, by and large, most negative that we've gotten. So 29 comments in total, which includes replies. So, let's go through the highlights here. As, this one says, honestly, I wasn't sure about the point he made either. At first, I thought he should have worded it better. But then I saw this and realized he's spot on. Get rid of the anime profile pictures and improve your life. To which I replied with, hey, my profile pic is vintage comic book. Thank you very much. We had this one, Hassan saying, I like this game and it's great, but there are weird unfuckable losers who are talking about how this game will change their life. Yet they do not want us to do things like improve themselves, work on their social skills, and just be normal. Wizard of Wordplay says, I can't believe he's calling us out.
Hassan Piker has no right to tell anybody to be normal. He's not normal. All right, he's not normal. Hassan Piker is far from normal.
Well, this wasn't even what he was saying. He's just putting words in his mouth. And then I replied just with the laugh. This one was our very first one. This one I had sent you. Which this one pretty nuts. But he goes, brother, I'm not going to watch this video. I'm going to say, if you want to turn your life around and avoid this pipeline you're on, just ask, homie. I ain't selling shit. I used to be an overweight loser that sat at home and got mad at internet garbage all day. I changed my life by working out, getting a hobby with a community, and spending time with people I love. I'm jacked now, compete in martial arts tournaments, and am enjoying life again, all while being a staunch leftist gamer. As if that's a thing to be proud of. You can change too, man, but it starts with getting off the pipeline. Hit me up if you want help. And this one, I just said, thanks for not watching, I guess. Like, you admit I'm not going to watch it. So it's like, all right.
So you admit, like, he admits he's not going to watch the video. Dude, what the fuck are you commenting for? Like,
yeah, he's basically just like, I know you guys are anti-Hassan, so you must be fucking raging right-wingers or something. And yeah, and it's like, you're going to leave all this. And he's just not just that, right? So I said, thanks for watching. And then he responded, I mean it, homie. Don't let the pipeline take you. And I said, K. And then he said, this morning. So have you given any thought of reflection to what I said? Even if you don't want my specific help, it would be good for you. With one like, that this was like 5 a.m. He would have sent this at 4:30. I think he's liking all of his own stuff.
Homie, get off your fucking pedestal.
And then, of course, you can
nobody
find out tonight.
Help. Nobody asked for your help. Nobody wants your help. Go the fuck away.
Yeah, like this is the, like, sorry, Jasker, but this is the kind of leftist high and mighty attitude, right? Where they think that they're, you know, holier than thou, you know, and that like I'm a chud, right? I'm just a no good chud in my no good chud life. I'm fat and I'm just sitting here getting mad. Don't you know that I stream about Hassan all the time and get mad at lefties all the time? Like clearly.
I think what this is like the first time that we've ever brought up Hassan Piker.
Yeah, like the only time we've ever brought up like grifters and stuff would be like Az or Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and
all
shit
of which
like
are
that.
right wing.
All of which are right wing, exactly. Like this is the only time I'm just like, we're covering this gaming topic. Here was a Hassan clip. I'm like, I can get some content from Hassan, you know, and then like,
I mean,
you know, here we go.
If anything, like we've gone after right wing grifters more than we have left wing grifters. But like, I'll stay right now, Wizard. You can throw out your own stance on it. But look, I don't care if you're right or left or who the fuck you are. All right. If you're doing this, look, I'm not, when I say grifting, I want everybody to understand, I'm not talking about making money off of the fucking internet. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, go out and get a real job. It's 2026. All right. Being a social media influencer is just as legitimate as any other fucking career path. All right. I mean, it's like people saying, like, I'm going to bring it full circle now. Watch this, folks. People like telling their kids back when Michael Jackson, was rising to stardom, and they were like, oh, you can't go and be a pop star. You can't go and be a singer. You can't go to Hollywood. You can't get into the music industry. Go get a real job working down at the coal mines like your daddy. It's like, but Michael Jackson made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? PewDiePie was a social media influencer. He's a fucking billionaire. Markiplier was making $38 million a month.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a legitimate career. When I say grifter, I'm talking about people that are making shit up, that are being dishonest, that are either stretching the truth or completely bending the truth in order to get rage bait clicks, in order to trick people into clicking on their stuff when there's no fucking value there except to fucking get angry.
Yeah.
And I will say it about the right and the left. That's a grifter, all right? When Disney does something good, but yet Nerdrotic wants to go online and bitch about Disney anyways, comes up with the most, thinly veiled excuse for why Disney's doing something bad. When no, it's obvious Disney's doing something good. That's a grifter. When Hassan has to go out of his fucking way to make some kind of ludicrous point just to get rage bait clicks, that's a grifter. That's what I'm talking about. And whether you're on the right or the left, these hands are rated E for everyone. Fuck you both.
Yeah. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right.
There you
and
go.
Jesker, here I am stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at you. You really are a wizard of wordplay, you son of a bitch.
No, so my stance with grifting is very similar. How it's like, especially you see it a lot more with the right wingers, because left wingers they attack more like emotionally, like they'll be like, oh, such and such is a racist. It's fascist propaganda, right? Like they were saying that about Pragmata, right? It's fascist propaganda because you're saving the blonde white girl, you know? Yeah. And it's like, okay, like you can probably believe that, but it's still kind of bullshit. And it's still so out there that it's like, like, all right, pal, like you're only appealing to some crazy schizos.
They don't believe it though. I mean, they don't believe it. They just looked at it and they were like, oh, I can take this and I can twist it and bend it and I can spin it into a narrative in order to make it into a problem when it's really not a problem. So I can get views and money. That's what the fuck it is. They don't actually believe it. They just see an opportunity to make money off of it. That's it.
And so like you'll see that a lot more with the right wingers, how it's like, oh, like this new Disney things come out, this new Marvel things come out, such and such, Amazon, Rings of Power, Game of Thrones, whatever, and they'll make mountains out of molehills, right? And they get money making mountains out of molehills. And so that's always been my problems with the grifters and how it's you know, and I don't think we did that with Hassan's video. We took him with the words that he said, and we just reacted to it. We fapped it. You know, we just went at it as it was said, but we also lumped in who he is, the things he's done, and just in general the attitude with the game. And like we said, we went at it with both sides during that stream, right? And obviously, you can't really expect the people to click on this to, you know, they watched for probably a minute and they clicked off. You know, they didn't go and do their whole due diligence.
Yeah,
but
I agree. Look, make all the money you want online. Just be intellectually honest about it. That's all I ask.
So then this guy had responded, said, "Hell yeah, dude, I'm not as far down the path as you, but I will get there. Just being on the correct track, understanding the world, knowing the real source of anger and resentment, etc. It's a lot better than just walking around hating women, minorities, leftist, Hassan, or whoever else the system tells you to vent on. Makes these people and the manosphere dudes look so stupid."
Jesus, dude, it's first of all that's quite a batch of people you've lumped together to hate. Hating on women, minorities, leftists, Hassan. It's like, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, what? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. What the fuck is that, bro? The fuck
Noxie says, the one thing I will give Geeks and Gamers now, and I haven't watched them for years, is their gaming streams are actually good.
Wait, if you haven't watched them for years, how do you know their gaming streams are good?
I guess they probably were good. Eric July in the quartering. Well, even Eric had it and then he stopped doing it and then he started doing it again, I'm pretty sure. But he would have that too, where he would just kind of like, because that was the grift, you know, you got attention, you got money that way to just be like, yeah, fucking Star Wars is woke and MCU and all that shit, you know.
Star Wars sucks. Disney is dead. Yeah.
He had that. He had the based black guy thing to work with, and he had the. You know, like he was showing the comics, and he would do these kind of like well constructed kind of like videos showing like, yeah, here's such and such character, and a lot of the stuff he was saying, it was like, yeah, you do kind of believe, you kind of acknowledge it, like, yeah, why race swap a character when you could be like, yeah, why not push Vixen as a major hero instead of like making this like other character black, right? Like, why do that, you know? Like, and I agree with that in a lot of ways, but it's also just like movies not dog shit just because they do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it, man. Is like there was a time that they had good points, and they were right. Like, oh my god, the mainstream's acting really fucking stupid, and they were right. But
yeah,
eventually, it just got to where. And I think it's when they blew up and they realized how much money they were making off of this. They were like, well, instead of just pointing out how ridiculous the mainstream is being, we have to create the ridiculousness. Like, we have to artificially make them look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even when even when a lot of companies started to improve and get better and stop doing that shit, they still tried to find ways to stretch it and make it look like it was back in the old days. Guys, 2016 is gone, dude. It is over. All right. A lot of the companies are moving on from the DEI woke shit. A lot of companies have moved on from this, you know, race swap bullshit. Like, a lot of companies have moved on from that, except apparently HBO for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is up with the Harry Potter reboot. But
yeah, but who knows how long ago that could have been 2017 or whatever they made that decision, you know?
I mean, they had this long to change it, but they'll
learn.
There's still some examples out there, legitimate examples, but for the most part, all that shit is over. But they can't let it go, because if it's getting better, their entire channel is built on rage and anger.
Yeah, it's the invent the problem, sell the solution thing, you know?
Exactly. And that's why I've never, and listen, I've gone onto my channel and I've raged about stuff. I've talked about shit, but I ain't going to make this shit up, because I don't want a channel that's just going to be all about rage baiting and just hating on shit. Like I said before on, I don't know how many live streams and videos, I'm going to tell you why I believe what I believe. I'm going to try and explain it logically, and you can either accept it or not. I don't care if you like it or you hate it. Just try and understand where I'm coming from. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the definitive voice and the only voice anyone ever needs. So, like,
Yes.
as long as I say it, it is gospel. But, and so my thing is always like, you want them when they're doing something right, you reward them so they keep doing it. So when we have stuff that's cool, like Spider-Man No Way Home, right, is a good example. Eric went up and down about how Far From Home was terrible because it was making Spider-Man like Iron Man and all this shit. He was Iron Boy and he was all this, it's so terrible. And then No Way Home goes out of its way to remove all that stuff, and we'll read maybe fucking Brand New Day may not do that, but whatever. It goes out of their way to remove all that stuff and actually do the proper Spider-Man origin, and it was like but it made a bunch of money, critically acclaimed, everyone loved it. And then Eric goes like, no, I'm not going to watch it because it's all nostalgia bait and I'm building my own shit now, right? And it's like, well, the whole point is that when they do something, you sat there and had your criticism, they addressed it, you have to be like, good, thanks, cool, great, right? And that's what you do. And, by that point, I was disenfranchised on it anyway, but with Eric and all the grift, and I never really was a fan of deep into the griftosphere, but that is like what we try to do here. Like we'll touch on when they do stuff like the Snape race swapping, and we'll touch on that stuff. But when you get into like fucking if the show's good, we'll be like, man, that's good, but man, that Snape shit's still weird, but everyone else is great. Like we'll sit there and be like, cool, like you guys are doing good.
Well, I think what it was is that, and maybe this is just my misunderstanding of it, but I thought the whole point of criticizing these companies was so that they would change and reform and go back to how they used to be. Because I want Disney to be like Disney used to be. I want to feel the Disney magic again, all right? Like that's what the fuck I want to feel when I watch a Disney film. I want the fucking Disney magic, all right? But the way that it got to the point where it's like, no, Disney can't change or reform or be redeemed. DC, Marvel, they can't reform or be redeemed. No.
Yeah.
They just gotta die.
Yeah, they gotta die, and I have to take their place.
Exactly. Motherfuckers, I got some news for you. You were never gonna take their place. Do you know how much fucking money these entities have? You were
like
never
Eric say that my Spider-Man is gonna be better. I had a clip for the longest time from an old video of his where he's talked about how, I can't remember what spawned it, but it was Batman's comics. I think it was Batman's comic sales or something. And he said that Batman sales will tank so bad that he will be able to purchase Batman and be able to do, this was before his comics ever came out. He was able to he'd be able to purchase Batman and make Batman part of his comic universe because DC was going to go under and all this. And
that's lunacy.
Look, there will never be like, I will never be able to be like, the best you can hope for is to be like fucking Robert Kirkman as like an indie comic guy. You want to be like up there to where you got Amazon buying and adapting your shit. But otherwise, like that's it. That's your pinnacle. You're never going to be able to sit next to Marvel and DC, and especially never going to be able to purchase licensing from them. No. You might be able to do some crossover like Kirkman did with Invincible and Spider-Man, but like never will you be able to do that because companies in general don't sell IP. Companies will hang onto IP for decades and never drop it,
This is the thing that people have got to realize. If you're a Disney or a DC or a Marvel, you really are too big to fail. Like, these are such long-standing monoliths. They're never going away. And if that's what these people thought, which I think it's obvious that's what they thought, that they were going to kill these companies and be the replacement for them, it's like, y'all are fucking crazy.
That's the thing with the culture war stuff, is how it's like, well, it's a culture war and we're gonna win it by like you win it by just coexisting in it. You don't win it by like, you win it by like making them act how they did in the 90s.
You win it. This is how you win it, Wizard. If you're an independent creator, okay, You come out with something, and if it's a success, which you don't get to decide if it is or not, all right? I've said this a million fucking times. It's the people, it's the audience, it's the fans, it's the customers. They get to decide whether your shit's popular. If you come out with something and it ends up being a major success, the way that you win is that you have these other companies that you've been fighting against look at your shit and say, oh, we need to follow in their footsteps. You change them. You can't destroy them. You change them. I'm going to give you a good fucking example of what may very likely happen. And again, it's kind of up in the air right now. But look at Expedition 33. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Expedition 33 is an independent game. That motherfucker just hit the 8 million copies milestone sold. That's not 8 million people. That's not 8 million people that have played it. If you incorporate Game Pass into that, it's probably closer to 12 to 15 million.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 8 million copies sold. All right. In 1 year, they were able to do that. An independent studio. Final Fantasy VII remake or rebirth just hit 7 million copies after 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you look at that, man. That's an independent studio coming out with a game that a lot of people have compared to old school Final Fantasy. And that bitch sold what Square Enix wants to make in a year, but they're only making in 3 years. That thing actually did it. That thing actually accomplished the goals that Square Enix set for themselves. What may very well happen is that Square is going to look at that and they're going to copy that formula, or they're going to follow in that footsteps for Final Fantasy 17. And we're actually going to get a modern version of an old school Final Fantasy game. That's how you change the culture. That's how you change the trajectory of the industry. You don't have the team that made Expedition 33 kill Square Enix and replace them, but you have them set the standard that the industry fucking follows from that point forward.
Well, like a good micro example, and this is like not really culture war at all, but the Demon Souls remake, Bluepoint was like, here's something we can do to improve Demon Souls. Let's have the lips actually move when people talk, right? And so the lips in Demon Souls remake move, and that was, if you haven't played any of the From Software games, right? So it's like that just was not a thing ever. They never did it. Like everyone would just talk, and you would just be a model standing there, and noise would play. Until Demon Souls remake happened, they played it. FromSoft played it, and they're like, "Hey, this is actually looks really nice. I like the way this looks." So what they do in Elden Ring, they made it where the lips move when people talk. like it's one of those things. It's just like, like you set the benchmark, and everyone likes it, and then that is the thing going forward. Yeah, so
you become a
more of these. We had one guy says he's talking about incels, dude. Maybe look at more than just out of context clips. That being said, he might be talking about you too, by the way you guys take this. And then someone said Hassan's idea of incels, anyone who disagrees with him. Majority of these right-wing Twitter accounts aren't even incels. It's just a buzzword to make people look at the point. You don't have sex, haha, pwned incel. This is a bunch of really shit takes, one after the other, consecutively in a row. Swan comes to our aid, says holy redundancy, Batman.
Nice. Thank you, Swan.
I should have replied and gone like, that's just the show, brother. like that's the whole show. Calling someone a grifter while grifting is a hell of a flex. Pretty weak drama slop, to be honest. How are you grifting? What's the grift here, genius? Says Swan, coming to our aid again. This person replied, algorithm clout chasing by joining in on the Hassan bad content creator bandwagon. Pretty obvious, of course.
No, it ain't, because guys, let me guys let you in a little secret. All right. In order to be a grifter, you actually have to be making money off of the shit you're talking about. Okay. Wizard's not monetized, dumbass.
No, I did this for the love of the game. But if you would like to help us grift, help me grift. Jessica doesn't get a cut, but you can, use !tip or !Kofi in the chat, or if you're watching, I believe it's in the description of the video, and you can send us money to help fund the comic and or get us back to StreamYard. And really, to make the commies mad, we gotta beat the Reds by by giving us money. Using Hassan's name for clickbait and getting less than 600 views in 2 days is so sad and embarrassing. Hang up the mic. It's not happening for you.
Yes, a 600 views on a 153 sub channel. Folks, I've said this before. I will say this again. It is not about the actual fucking numbers of views or engagement that you're getting. It's about whether it is a positive trajectory. Does it keep going up? Does it keep increasing? Yeah. Is the overall trajectory of your channel going up? Is it positive? If that's what's happening, then you're doing
quadruple.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing fine. It takes time to get there. But if the trajectory is going up, that's the important part.
So then this guy says, I was hoping this would have been better throughout and focusing on some niche or nuance. I stopped at 4 minutes in after I saw it was just people hating on a clip taken out of context. Hassan's infamous against angry people for trying to advocate for equality and equity for every human. Technically can't say the same for animals because he isn't vegetarian. Jesker, these are your people, for the love of God. This
it ain't.
This is some fucking leftist bullshit. Being like, well, technically can't say the same for animals because he isn't vegetarian. Fucking soy boy.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Now you gotta own it, Jesker. All right, we will pull up your election night stream. All right, we will show the people what you said,
homie. I may be considered left wing by American standards, but in the rest of the world, I'd be a fucking.
That doesn't count. No.
I'd be a fucking conservative.
Don't try to run away from that. But it's pretty obvious from just knowing what he's famous for, aside from a lot of people always taking him out of context, portraying him dishonestly, that he doesn't think an entire general population are all homogenous. Wait, so it's pretty obvious from just knowing what he's famous for that he doesn't think an entire general population are all homogenous. That's like Hassan's whole fucking thing.
That comment doesn't make sense.
Like he's just fucking sitting there sucking the Hassan dick, just but like being like Hassan, he's basically saying Hassan's smart. He's only mad against angry people. Angry people only hate him because he's trying to advocate for equity and equality, which I don't think you can actually do. You have to do one or the other. But it's obvious from just knowing what he's famous for, being a leftist, aside from people taking him out of context, portray. So basically what people say about him, that he doesn't think an entire general population are all homogenous. Jesker, let me ask you a question.
Yes, homie.
The core tenet of communism is what? Is being a what?
The core tenet of communism is that everybody it is what's the fucking motto? To each according to his abilities, to each according to their needs.
Well, I mean more like you are what? Is everyone isolated on their own? Or is everyone a collective, right?
Right.
Meaning that you cannot be a communist and also not think an entire general population are all homogenous. Right?
Well, it's a collective in the economic sense more than anything.
Yeah, but like what is a commune is a collective.
Yes.
So
well, I mean
commune,
communist, yes.
So, but anyway, so it's like the idea that it's like he doesn't think a general population are all homogenous. It's like,
Well, the problem is that Hassan Piker doesn't know how to have any kind of relationship with anybody or bond or connection with anybody. Yeah. And so he views people in like these broad sweeps. Like that's the problem. Like he doesn't see people as individuals. He sees people as these, like these ambiguous
Yeah, these monoliths or these amalgamations.
Like these weird blobs, pretty much. Like, oh, all black people think like this, all Mexicans think like this, all white people are like
all
this.
All the gamers are like this, which was the point we were making with this whole ass clip.
Exactly.
And
it's
and they all come in here being like, he didn't say that. Like, that's how Hassan thinks.
Exactly. Like, get out of the real world and actually talk to fucking people, and you'll realize that this whole idea that all these different groups of people all think and behave the same way within that group, that ain't true, homie. That's not reality.
So then he says, good luck to you on the grift, though. Still not a grift. I hope you're able to find a better niche than YouTube drama. But brother, I've tried. I've been trying for 2 goddamn years.
Unfortunately, YouTube drama,
it's the best grift there is, really.
It brings in the views, homie.
I don't know how that usually works with creators who go down that route. So those are the bright minds out there on the YouTube, and that all we did was just go through Hassan's words as he said them, and that was too far for them, but Jesker, I was inspired by one of those there comments, and after that show we did last week, it kind of scratched an itch. I feel. So I had an idea. Now I don't know if I'll do this or not. I will take feedback whether or not it's a good thing to do. Jesker, as you might have remembered, internet drama, and detracting a guy was really how I cut my teeth in this YouTube sphere, right?
Yeah.
I think we both did, right?
Yeah.
And as many people have said over the many years, is that Wiz, you're not good unless you're doing that. Some people try to say, nah, Wiz's show is fine. It is what he's fine. He's drama. I wanted to be drama free, right? And I've maintained that here on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't deny the fun that you have sitting there going after a grifter like your Hassan or like your Neurotics or like your Geeks and Gamers. So,
boy, you're learning. It feels good, doesn't it?
I had an idea. Like I said, I will take all notes from everyone, but I was thinking maybe not every week, maybe once in a while, maybe once a month, kind of like how we do Thursday when I do Thursday. Maybe once a month, we do a little bit of a Tuesday night grift. I think that name is taken, but doesn't matter because we will have a new show called Drama Slop, because all you fuckers that love your drama so much, all you fuckers that don't come to my shows and you don't fucking watch because you want your fucking drama, you're all pigs, fat fucking pigs to the trough, and I will serve you up the fucking drama slop every single either every week or once a month or whatever we decide to fucking do, if we do it at all. But you can have your fucking slop and all the grossness that comes with it.
Yeah, man, oink oink, and as such.
Yeah, you can just be just fucking piggies showing up, and I'll be like, yeah, here's your fucking drama, pigs. No, I mean, we wouldn't. What this would not be is it would not be us beating a dead horse. You're not gonna see me talk about a fucking Australian ginger fucking whoever the fuck, or a speckled frog, or those sat on his speckled log. Okay. That's infighting, and it is the way of the enemy. It will not be our way. But what we will get is we'll probably more go after. Really, I want to go after the Griftosphere more than anything. If we get some Hassan stuff, we might do some Hassan things. But there's a lot of there's Critical Drinker. Critical Drinker just put out a video that was like an hour something long. No, it was Mahler, I think, that did it. Mahler put out a video that was an hour something long about the Marvels and how bad the Marvels was. And it's like, brother, that stuff's just over. Like, who gives a shit? And so we would just sit there and probably just EFAP that hour-long fucking video for a whole stream and just be like, what's the fuck this guy talking about? And things of that nature.
Hey, I'm down for it.
If you would like to see drama slop, let your voice be known. I will, like I said, we will might talk about it, might not. Who knows? We will see what happens, but I will put a poll in the chat. This isn't the deciding factor. But should we do drama slop?
Here, piggy.
So, Roygen's here. Hello, Roygen. Noxie says, thank you, oink oink. Yeah, I really like the idea of that gimmick. Just be like, you're all fucking pigs. You all fucking eat whatever I fucking give you. You want it so bad, here it fucking is.
That'll come do, to your pig. That'll do.
Get it in your fucking trough.
Your fucking trough.
Yeah, just like, and it's like, because imagine the thumbnails, right, of just me in like farmer fucking overalls, and it's just got the, like, we're not milking no lol cows. No, I'm feeding fucking drama pigs. I'm feeding you, the pigs that didn't want to watch fucking nerd shit every week. You wanted your drama. Roygen asked, drama slop, Roygen, the possible new channel, a new show coming to the Wizard of Wordplay channel, where we will sit and we will talk about the grifters and the culture war and all that shit that everyone, that's where the views are at, as we learned this week. So, anyway, Noxie says, play a fighting game, Wizard, and stream it every day might help the views. Well, I don't have Noxie, I'd work a job. I can't stream every day, but, and everyone else streams every day too. So it's like, the fuck you want me for, right? But, and I'm also not good at fighting games, but, so anyway, yeah, drama slop, make your voice be known. Is drama slop the way? We will find out. Like I said, we'll sit on the idea. We'll workshop it, and we'll figure that out. Yeah, the idea was I was thinking Tuesday night, because that's my Friday, right? So it's like a Tuesday night. We'll sit down. We might go over. We'll basically just EFAP and stuff. I don't know if we'll do like Twitter and all this stuff, but but also I'm not gonna be. I can't content farm. I can't sit there and go like, let's go every night and let's talk about like bullshit, and try to like, I don't want to make it a grift. I don't want to be like, let's take a small thing and blow it up just because we need content. So it wouldn't be that. It would be like, let's actually like look at what they've said and let's analyze it, whatever.
No, man, fuck that. We're going to do a show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to call it Dino Casino.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go after all these motherfuckers. We're gonna go after Boogie. We're gonna go after Ethan Ralph. You can't go after me if you really want to know the truth about it, bitch. We're gonna go after the quartering. We're gonna go after Hassan. We're gonna go after all these motherfuckers, man. All right?
Everyone catch the hands.
And every Halloween, we're gonna dress up in Halloween costumes every night in October. It's gonna be amazing. And it's gonna be only on Keg.
I did think about like if we could do it, we could do it on Rumble and just leave if you think you think Wizard of Wordplay should be drama free forever, then I'll make a Rumble and actually have a Rumble. But
no, dude, no. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. All right, listen, and I know Ruby streams on Rumble and stuff. Rumble sucks ass.
I think that name's already taken since Nox. I think he was referring to your Gino Casino.
Rumble is sucks donkey dicks. It really does. Don't go to Rumble. Don't even bother with Rumble. I've got Rumble. I gave up on it. It's it's horrible to use. It's terrible.
Where you said so it's not just people around this space like FNT and CG. Well, I mean, like I wouldn't talk about CG shit at all. I do not give two shits about it. I just don't. I don't know about it. I don't care about it. Like I said, you ain't gonna have no fucking gingered Australians. I don't know any of that shit. I'm not gonna sit there and meticulously look at backers and who's doing what, and I don't care. I don't care.
Why not? Is it? Why not?
So, I've done that. I've been there, and as everyone knows, I've been there. I've done that. I'm not going back.
Just being a fucking pussy.
But I do like the idea of just like, yeah, like let's talk about it's still in the nerd talk zone because we're still going to talk about video games and comics and movies, but it's going to be about like what the grifters are fucking saying out there, you know. And
now like I said, I'm not gonna lie, Wizard. If you do want to like spread out to a different platform, Kick might not be a bad option.
I'll look into it.
Because I will say this, if you're able to get monetized on Kick, and it's really hard to get kicked off a Kick. See what I did there? See?
Yeah.
That's smarticle. It's really hard to get kicked off a Kick. But if you do get monetized over there, it's a 95-5 cut. They keep 5%, you keep 95% of your earnings. There's no other social media platform that's that good of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a Kick channel that I started using, but I didn't do much with it. I start streaming again. All I'm saying is I may
Ruby's on Kick.
I may wait, Ruby's on. I didn't know Ruby was on Kick.
Ruby goes on everything.
I knew he was on Rumble. I didn't know he was on Kick. I did not know that. But I might start multi-streaming the Kick, to be honest with you, because that's a damn good ratio right there, dude. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so anyway, like I said, we will take all notes under advisement. And it might just be that I'm just feeling a little like, yeah, let's do it. And then after like a week, I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. So, you know, if everyone thinks, hey, Wiz, I think you need to stay drama free and you need to just talk about nerd shit, then that's what we'll do. But like I said, this is a good kind of middle ground, right? I'm not going to sit there and we're going to do a whole fucking, you know, we're not going to do what Cynic does, you know, like, you know, every single day or every other day, you know, and you kind of have to sit there. And that's good for them. That works for them. I don't have the patience. I can't sit there and I can't milk a lolcow like that. I can't fucking take, you know, things and talk about it. You know, it's like, no, I would rather, you know, just be like, yeah, here's fucking Critical Drinker. Here's Mauler. Here's these guys that are like, they're making it hard for a lot of people like us. It does get exhausting to hear about Liam Sisnoxy. You know, I'm like I said, I've been there and I've done that, you know, like what needs to be said is said. There's nothing more to say. But the grift, like I said, the griftosphere, I've always had problems with them even before I knew about CG and all that. So that would be the idea. That mainly to stick it to the communists in the fucking Hassan video that think that, you know, you think I'm a grifter, I will show you how grift-like I can be. But anyway,
bastards.
You know, like as Liberty Prime says, America will never fall to communist invasion. You know, so anyway, let's get into the proper show this time. And let's talk about this horrific trailer here of Clayface, the newest first film in the DCU. I have not seen it, so we will see. Noxie says, "I wish there was more gaming streams in Comics Gate." I've thought about gaming streaming again too. I have a Twitch, and I thought about like we were simulcasting to Twitch, but I'm like maybe I should just game stream on Twitch only. But
Twitch is risky.
Twitch is hard to just get into. Like
Yeah.
we've streamed there this entire time on Twitch, and we have gained no followers and we get no viewers on there. Like it's just
Twitch is a tough platform.
Twitch advertises from the top down. But if I were to game stream and only stream it on Twitch, it would at least be like funnel people over there. But I also prefer streaming on YouTube when just in general, I love the way YouTube streaming works. So anyway, Clayface trailer. Like I said, I have not seen this yet. So let's see what we got here. Got it. All right. Oof. Huh. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like not sold on it, and not in the sense that it's like, well, obviously I know Clayface, but if you're general audience, how are you going to know about Clayface?
Yeah, I'm not sold on this at all. I mean, I don't know, like this. How do you do a whole movie about Clayface?
And like it seems that they're going with the idea of like he's a serial killer because that was the original. I think it was Matt Hagen was the serial killer, Clayface, and it's odd. Like it's just like I don't know what to think of this because of
I don't know what we're are we supposed to follow Clayface? Are we supposed to?
Yeah, like it's going to be the descent of Clayface into becoming the because so you don't know this because you haven't seen Creature Commandos, correct?
No.
So Clayface appears in Creature Commandos as the what Clayface does, you know, the giant blobby Clayface. And he's not like a tragic figure. He's voiced by Alan Tudyk and he plays Xbox for a scene, you know? And this is confirmed by James Gunn to be the same Clayface.
No, Bucky, I know who Clayface is. What I'm saying is like I don't know how you do a whole movie where we're following around Clayface.
Yeah, like Joker was one thing, but Joker is a major Batman villain. Like we said, the only other person that could be on par with that could do a Joker movie on par with it, like another character, was like Two-Face. That was it. Like yeah. I think I even went on record saying like Two-Face is where you cut it off. Like you can't go lower than Two-Face because like Penguin got the show and that worked, and Penguin does work for a show or a movie, but Clayface is like he's below Two-Face, right? Then below Clayface is False Face, right?
Oh my, whoa, False Face, boy, that's a fucking callback.
That's a pull.
That's a fucking callback. Well, we can't use Two-Face. We're gonna come up with False Face. It's like
false. Well, yeah, False Face is just the chameleon.
But you know what? There is another villain. It's not a Batman or a DC villain. There are some Marvel villains that you could straight up make films like that about. I think you could do a Norman Osborn film.
Yeah, that was a tweet that I saw that was like, I saw the trailer for Clayface, and I was like, how come there isn't any Spider-Man villain movies? And then I thought about it, and I said, oh. Like,
you could do a Norman Osborn film. I think
yeah, but it's just the joke being like, obviously there are Spider-Man-less villain movies, and they're, you know, Venom and Morbius and Craven.
Yeah. Well,
what about Croc? Croc, I think, is the last. He's the actual, like, he's the last rung on the ladder that you can go. Because you could go, like, Hatter. Like, you could do a creepy-ass Mad Hatter movie. You know, if you play into him being the incel and all that shit like he was in the animated series.
You could do a Magneto film.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about Batman, right? So if we're Well, we're throwing out the scale here, right? Joker at the top. I'd say Penguin Joker, Catwoman, because they did do that, but they didn't do a proper Catwoman movie, but it did happen.
That movie never existed. Don't ever bring that up again.
Penguin, right? Like Penguin works. Then you have Killer Croc. Or no, you have Two-Face. Two-Face. Then you have Killer Croc. Then there's like Mad Hatter's above Killer Croc. You have Two-Face, Mad Hatter, then Killer Croc. Then there's everyone below. Right? You can't do Zaz. Zaz is a serial killer. It works, but character-wise, he don't have it.
No,
right? You can't do that.
Whoa, can you fucking imagine?
I mean, it would work for a story. It's just he can't carry it. You know, he just couldn't carry a movie on his own. But he is like, as a story, you could do a lot with a serial killer like that has to carve a mark in his body when he kills a guy. You know, like that. That's you can do a lot with that. But
you could probably do a Mr. Freeze movie.
Perhaps, but I feel like Freeze, you need the hero. I think you need a hero in a Freeze story.
I mean, he in his own mind, he is the hero.
No, I mean, like he needs like someone like a superhero to beat him at the end to stop his, because otherwise he would just freeze the world, you know, and then be like, that's.
Oh no, I'm not talking about like him. I'm talking about him becoming Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, if you did it with like body horror and stuff.
Yeah, like Nora getting sick and that's what I'm talking about. Like you can make that work. But
you could
even somebody that's like really a famous Batman villain like a Poison Ivy. I don't think you could do a Poison Ivy film.
All right, you could probably do a Poison Ivy movie. You could do that because she has the guy that pushes her into the chemicals, Woodrow. He becomes the Floronic Man. He's basically like an evil dude, Poison Ivy. So you would do that, but it would be in the style of the Sony verse, right?
That's true.
So you could do Poison Ivy, but she would be the anti-hero. She'd be like, I hate how the way the people destroy the earth and Mother Nature and shit, and I'm gonna murder like these dudes with guns who work with this who work with like Ace Chemicals. Like you do that shit.
Yeah. You could. But see, the problem that you have with all of these films is that by the end, like, even though they're the central focus, they have to become the villains.
Yeah, they have to. That was the problem that we got with the Sony verse. You know, it was like they weren't villain origin stories; they were anti-hero movies.
And it's not like with the like in Death Note, like with you following like Light all the time, like. Light is obviously like he's the main protagonist, but he's also the villain. But Light gets his comeuppance in the end. Like you can't do that with the comic book villain because they're a reoccurring character. Like it would like if you did that, like the movie would have to end with Batman beating them. I mean that's there's no other way to get around it.
Yeah. Or like the Penguin, like people were, I don't know if that's how Penguin show ends, but people were booking the like the end of the Penguin show and just is the bat signal turning on, you know, and that's how you're just like, oh shit, you know, like, you know, and having that moment. But anyway, so back to the movie here. So this has been confirmed by James Gunn to take place in the DCU in the earliest point in the timeline that we have yet seen.
Whoa, wait a minute, hold up. I thought Clayface was supposed to be part of Matt Reeves' universe.
No, this is a DCU movie.
But
That's why I mentioned Creature Commandos.
But at one point, wasn't this supposed to be in Matt Reeves' universe?
I think it was like its own thing, and then it was like debate. It had been in pre-production for a while, if you remember, and then the merger happened, and the DCU was formed, and all that stuff. But no, this is a strictly DCU property. It may have got incorporated, but I don't think it was ever in the Reeves verse because Reeves wasn't doing it. He was doing Penguin, and now he's been writing the Batman Part 2 for 5 years.
I swear to God, I seem to remember this was supposed to be part of the Reeves universe. Dude, I have a feeling they're going to combine those two.
You're one of the
I didn't believe it before, but
merge.
Did you see the some of the merchandise and marketing that came out recently? It's for like the DCU in general. Or DC in general, not necessarily DC.
No,
DCU, but it's got Corn Sweat's Superman and Patterson's Batman together on merchandise.
I mean, like, that is cool. It's been all but confirmed by Gunn that they're not doing it though. So like,
I know, but then I never believed that they would. I thought, well, Matt Reeves' Batman is like it's its own thing. It's an Elseworld story, pretty much.
Yeah.
But when I saw that merchandise, I'm like, why are they doing that? Let me see if I can find that. I'll see if I can pull that up.
But yeah, so earliest in the timeline, so it is the first DCU movie, which, as some people pointed out, makes it, I think, the first DCU project. As well, actually, Suicide Squad is the first in the DCU. But actually, Peacemaker Season 2 was the first in the DCU. Well, actually, Superman is the first in the DCU. Well, actually, Creature Commandos is the first. Well, actually, Blue Beetle's the first, but yeah, it was just funny that.
Yeah, hold up, right here.
He's probably lying like Kevin Smith did with He-Man since origin.
Let me share my screen here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do the merge.
All right, pull me up.
Yeah.
So right here, a bizarre Walmart listing for Superman 2025 party supplies has featured imagery pairing David Corenswet's Superman with Robert Pattinson's Batman, fueling rumors of a crossover. Despite James Gunn previously debunked crossover rumors, this official-looking merchandise sparked confusion and excitement. Some fans think it may be AI generated. But this was a listing from Walmart.
An alleged listing, though. You don't know.
It says it includes napkins featuring both heroes, has appeared in online retail listings and reportedly in physical stores. So,
well, the thing with Walmart.com is that they'll, it's basically in a lot of ways functions like an eBay. So it can be like people can kind of throw whatever in there. I've had that happen where you go to like look for something cool and then like, ooh, Walmart has it. And it's like, oh, this actually just sold from some other retailer. So
maybe.
I don't know if we're getting a merge. I don't think that we are. We see Batman in Creature Commandos, and obviously he's not the Matt Reeves version. I do like the two of them together and everything that is that happens with that, but we'll see. Noxie says, I think Clayface is going to be probably an anti-hero. See, I don't know. I think they're actually getting we're getting a tragic villain story, but a tragic villain story is not what an anti-hero makes, Like a tragic villain story where they do maybe murder some bad guys in the beginning, but in the end, we've seen him in Creature Commandos. He's like sitting there and he's like, I love murder innocent people, and I sit and I play Xbox while their corpses upstairs. And I'm fucking doing this for money, you know, like because I'm a bad guy, and that's the version they want to tell. But that's the thing. It's like, but that's not what this trailer tells us. This looks like go leave a guy.
And if this guy ends up becoming that guy from Creature Commandos, dude, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't want to see the guy like fall from grace. You know, I don't want to.
It's not like with Joker, because with Joker it was like a psycho analyzing video. You know, it was like a Joker's almost like a psychological thriller. But with this, like, dude, this feels like it's a little too far. I know that's weird to say, but something about this just feels wrong.
Yeah, like it's almost like this is now. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know because like we have glimpses. I don't think we see him as like he's not Basil Carlo. I think this is Matt Hagen. Basil Carlo was the actor. Matt Hagen was the actor in the animated series, but that was because they were combining. They combined the Matt Hagen look of Clayface with the Basil Carlo origin. So I think this is Matt Hagen, and so I think this was the one that just got like just chemicals on him. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm not. I just can't say that I'm hype. I guess that's just where I gotta leave it.
What if there's two Clayface in the DCU?
It can work, but I think Gunn already said that the version we saw in Creature Commandos is the one that we see, and he's the big clay monster guy, and that's the Matt Hagen version. Basil Carlo is more like just the serial killer with the messed up face, and then he became depending on the adaptation, he becomes the Matt Hagen version with the big clay monster, like in the Arkham games, for instance.
Yeah, this is weird, man. Look, and y'all know, like I've been giving James Gunn benefit of the doubt because I love Superman, but
yeah,
this is weird. This is really out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, it's like I can't put my chips on it. Like I just can't. Like I'm almost just like I'll watch it, and if we see more, because this was just the teaser. We still got a full trailer to look forward to that gives us the actual plot and everything. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know. Now, if it's got some horror in it, that can be pretty good body horror, pretty good special effects, good makeup and stuff. Like, yeah, okay. Like I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the work gone into that. Good Gotham Easter eggs, you know, it could be in Gotham the whole time. Ooh, a lot of good groundwork for what we can expect for Batman. That's pretty cool. That's worth going to see. I don't know I don't know what the plot of this is going to be. I don't know what to think of it. I can't imagine. I would never have imagined back when I was a kid watching the animated series and stuff, seeing a Clayface movie poster on the marquee, you know, like it doesn't seem like a thing that would exist, you know? So yeah,
I agree.
I still can't see it. Like I still just can't. I mean, I know Joker happened. I know the Harley Quinn movie happened, but like, I think I see this and I think Sonyverse. I think Morbius. I think Venom. More Venom than Morbius, because Morbius was just on, you know, you could tell. But I see that. That's what it reminds me of. Robin shows up at the end, says Roygen. Yeah. I'm not sold on it. Not sold. No, not hype. Not hype. What Gotham's supposed to be represent is DC Chicago. Gotham's supposed to represent DC Chicago. Well, Gotham's in New Jersey. Gotham is New Jersey. There's some that do the Chicago stuff, but Chicago is very inland, right? There's Gotham's always has the bay, goes out into the ocean, you know?
Yeah.
Chicago doesn't have that. So it's Chicago, I think, it's not Coast City. Not national. There is a Chicago though. Can we get a good Green Arrow movie, Sasbaki? Yeah. I mean, we might at some point. People want that good Green Arrow stuff. So, anyway, another note on the DCU was that the DC Studios co-CEO, the one that's not James Gunn, says superhero fatigue was never a thing. Just quote, mediocre movie fatigue. Now, I think that was true. I don't think superhero fatigue was ever a thing.
Yeah, I don't think. To me, superheroes have been around for so fucking long. They're such a huge part of the cultural zeitgeist. I don't think you can really ever get fatigued with superheroes. I just think that, especially Marvel, I think Marvel just got lazy.
Yeah.
I think they thought, well, shit. After Endgame and Infinity War, these people they'll eat up anything we give them. And it turned out that's not the case.
Yeah.
So they started like just dialing back on the quality. But I agree with that. I think that's I think that's true, because I think these characters, what they stand for, is so ingrained in society. Like I don't think that you can ever really get fatigued with them.
Roy says, "I want a Teen Titans movie. A good Teen Titans movie would be fun. I mean, like Teen Titans, you already like you get movie one, and then you bring the team together. They fight something like Brother Blood or some shit, and then you go immediately into Judas Contract. And but Judas Contract's actually the third one, but you introduce Tara and she joins the team in the second one, and then you do Judas Contract in the third one.
Or you could do a Trigun as a villain in a Teen Titans movie.
Yeah, he could be like 4.
But I
think you could do there's a lot. You could do a lot with Teen Titans.
I think in that case, especially if you're doing like a cinematic universe, you got to establish Robin first, and then you have to
sort of. If we go off of the rules of the cartoon, everyone knows who Robin is by cultural zeitgeist, right? So if you just have Robin there, everyone knows like that's Robin from Batman and Robin. Like you don't need to branch off from it.
I'll be real with you. If I was doing a cinematic universe, I would make a change when it comes to the Teen Titans. All right, some people might hate this, but I would have Dick Grayson. I would have him go off and become Nightwing. I'd have Jason Todd eventually. I would do a live action Red Hood film. Just the fucking Red Hood's storyline, just fucking live action. Make that a Batman film, and eventually, like Tim Drake would become Robin, and eventually Tim Drake would go off and he would be the Robin in the Teen Titans. That's what I would do. And then that would open up the way for Damian to come in and be the Robin for Batman. But that's what I would do. Now that's not what happens in the comics. That is the Dick Grayson and the show that we all remember from as kids in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. That's Dick Grayson. That a lot of people thought that was, even as a kid, I thought that was Tim Drake, but no, it's Dick.
Well, because he's wearing Tim's costume.
Yeah, he has Tim's costume. He has the staff, and I'm like,
yeah,
is that Tim? That you, Tim? But no, it's supposed to be Dick Grayson. But no, if I was doing a cinematic universe, I would probably change it up, and I'd make Tim Drake the leader of the Teen Titans, and Dick Grayson would be Nightwing.
So yeah, I mean, I think they are doing a Teen Titans something, or they want to, or it's been on the docket for a while. Except the New 52 fucked over every single Teen Titans thing because they had to put Cyborg in the fucking Justice League. For some goddamn reason.
That shit made no sense.
Made no sense.
And no
and then still felt to this day, Super Pets even had Cyborg in the fucking Justice League.
Oh God.
So anyway, and another tragic news: the James Gunn says the Authority movie is no longer moving forward. The script wasn't quite there, but more importantly, it didn't work in terms of the larger DCU, both in terms of the story and practical concerns. This was something that everyone was like, James, do not do this movie for the love of God. Like,
but yet Clayface does fit into the larger narrative. Like what?
Yeah, but I mean, to his credit, though, I mean, the Clayface is at least in things. The Authority's not in shit.
Well, I heard a theory that people were saying like the Justice League film, because eventually there will be a Justice League film. People were saying the Authority was going to be set up as being like the villains of the Justice League film. That's
even that. It's like it's who, right? Like it's just like Engineer was in Superman, right? No one know who she was, and it worked for what they were doing. Like, yeah, okay.
She works as a side villain.
Yeah, side villain, a muscle for Luthor. You know, that worked. And we didn't need this. Would have been DCU's Eternals.
Yeah, nobody cares about the Authority.
Yeah, this would have been the DCU Eternals, and it wouldn't have been the way to go at all.
No. This was smart. This was smart to cancel it.
Let me see here. There we go. So now next, off of the DCU, we get into our buddies, our pals, the MCU. With the, this is something I do enjoy. I can, because I have to share the Firefox tab because the because we were going to be reading off a website that had a bunch of ads. So before with StreamYard, you had to you had to stop sharing only to reshare to share a window instead of sharing a tab. This one, I didn't have to do that. I could go straight from a tab or a window back and forth if I wanted to. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I do like that. That's a nice feature.
So the Avengers Doomsday trailer, of course, was shown off at CinemaCon, and no one had any footage of it because if you so much as pulled a cell phone out anywhere, they were on your ass in 2 seconds. So there's no footage of it. There's no pictures of it. If anyone claims to have footage of pictures, it's AI and you can't trust it. So we do have many people that filled out many descriptions of what happened. So we will beguile you with the tones and such of the trailer and what the Avengers Doomsday had in it. So to cap off Walt Disney Studios panel at Comic-Con 2026, attendees were given an exclusive trailer for Avengers Doomsday, which is packed full of new information. The trailer opens on Professor Xavier watching an energy rift from inside the X-Mansion, which is in shambles. The famous Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters sign lying in rubble. So already, it was, from what I was seeing, it was reported that he's watching an incursion. And that is the incursion that is being set up from Doctor Strange 2's end credits as well as the Marvel's end credits as well. And it's the Fox, but not Fox X-Men universe meeting the MCU. Then we see Robert Downey Jr. unmasked as Victor Von Doom, which is already not what I wanted, but I guess.
Now, he's gonna be unmasked at some point.
I know, but I didn't want it. I wanted it to be like just, I don't know what I wanted, but
you don't know what you want, and yet
I don't know what I wanted.
And you expected Marvel to know what you wanted?
Marvel should know what I want at this point, but
you petulant fucking child.
No, but it's like Dr. Doom's whole point is that he's fucking burnt. Like, that's the whole reason he's in the fucking suit.
I mean, he could still be burned.
I guess. But they didn't describe it as a burned Robert Downey Jr. unmasked as Victor Von Doom. Talking in his Latvian accent, which I did read that there was like he does talk in the accent. He has like kind of like just like a like something is like the line that he says is like, yeah, something is coming that cannot be stopped. And he thought
something is coming. It's going to be a death blow.
It was meant to be a death blow. Deep fucking cut, Jesker. Something is coming and cannot be stopped. After the studio logo, the newly completed Avengers Tower is shown with a fresh red and white logo on the building. Fresh red and white A logo on the building. The Fantastic Four meet with Sam Wilson's division of the Avengers. Some alliances are forged as we are shown the Thing trying to join forces with the Wakandans. Shuri and M'Baku are seen trying to make peace with Namor and the Atlanteans. Tensions rise as some of the fight scenes between our heroes are shown. Channing Tatum as Gambit battles Shang-Chi. Like, go back in time to when that fucking movie came out, when Shang-Chi came out, and send me this sentence. I'm going to be like, what in the hell are you talking about?
Wizard, I'm some jackass from the future, and I'm here to tell you that Channing Tatum's Gambit's gonna fight Shang-Chi.
Fight Shang-Chi. And I'm like, who the fuck is Shang-Chi?
Also, invest in AI, and here's the lottery numbers.
Yeah. With his purple powered staff being able to hold off the 10 rings. It's one of the things, though, that's funny is that, like, think about, like, this is Avengers Infinity War equivalent, right? How many times did we see those people before Infinity War? The Guardians, Spider-Man, and the Avengers, Ant-Man. Like, Civil War was the bridge between those movies, right? And so we got to see all of those people. Now we're getting, like, here's Shang-Chi's second appearance in the big team-up movie. You know, and it's like, they did not handle this phase at all correctly, this whole saga.
Remember Shang-Chi, guys? You remember Shang-Chi.
He's your buddy, he's your pal, you know, he's Shang-Chi. So yeah.
Your friendly neighborhood Shang-Chi.
Huge money shot. Dear God, they're really desperate for stuff.
Wow. All right, Disney.
Huge money shot comes with Yelena coming face to face with Mystique from the original Fox movies. Sporting a new haircut and white comic accurate costume.
Ooh.
We see morph into Florence Pugh before they fight.
Ooh.
I mean, even this, like saying, like, go back and tell me when Black Widow came out. There's like, yeah, Yelena coming face to face with Mystique from the original Fox X-Men movie. I'd be like, what the hell?
Also, Wizard, avoid blue frogs.
No, I was too, well, is that too late by that point? I don't know. In a major beat of the trailer, in a major beat off, like what? In a major beat of the trailer, I'm like, man, they're just like Avengers Goons. Avengers Goons Day is right.
Disney, I'm uncomfortable.
In a major beat of the trailer, Thor tries to strike down Doom with Stormbreaker, using all of his power to summon lightning, but Doom can easily stop it with just the palm of his hand.
Puny god.
Throughout the trailer, Thor is begging other characters to put their quarrels aside because he explains that he's had friends and allies die at the hands of enemies who are less powerful than Doom. He is very clearly afraid and claims they need America. Thor then looks to a character off screen and says, "It can't be." He holds out Mjolnir, which then flies into Steve Rogers' hands before the title card concludes the trailer.
Oh, I just got excited. Let's fucking go, man. It's gonna be the best fucking movie of all time. I'm injecting that shit into my arm right now.
Yeah, injected in my arm. See, that's the thing. It's like this movie's gonna be good, but Secret Wars is gonna blow it out of the water too. Because Secret Wars, we're gonna get fucking like Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and all of these guys, and it's so cool. It's gonna be so cool. Dude, the movie we've dreamt of when we were children.
Yeah, dude. If
like,
All I'm asking, because I mean, listen, it's been a clusterfuck trying to get here. All I'm asking is just give me a film that wraps up the MCU storyline, wraps up the Fox stuff, the Sony stuff, just wraps up everything so far. And let's just reboot this and streamline this bitch.
Yeah.
Just give me.
Noxie
give me a
says, so what
good
you're saying to
conclusion.
me, this is Avengers versus X-Men. I think for like, well, it's a team up story.
A
And you know
little
what
bit.
you know what the rule of team up stories is, Jesker?
About halfway through, they become friends.
Yeah, they always got to fight at least once. Like either
Yeah.
the one guy gets mind controlled, or there's a miscommunication or something where the one guy thinks the other guy's a villain, and they're like, "Yeah, we got to fight now, right?" And so, that's the that has to happen. It's the rule. So, I mean, yeah, this looks good. I wish that we got a proper trailer, but we're not too far off from it. And that trailer, like I remember where I was when the Civil War trailer dropped, and that fucking Spider-Man showed up, and we weren't expecting it, and it was like, my God,
Ooh, my
like
goodness.
I was in this high school cafeteria. It was lunch break. I was watching that shit on my tiny little phone over and over and over again. I was telling all the bros at the table, I'm like fucking Spider-Man. They're like, Wiz, we don't give a shit. I'm like, you fucking Spider-Man's back.
I was texting people trying to get a hold of people. I was like, did you just see what fucking happened?
Like, Spider-Man was not legally allowed to be in these movies. You don't understand.
I'm like, I know. I was like, bro, it's like, oh my God, they actually did the impossible.
And
They actually did the impossible.
Matt, do you think if Toby's in it, do you think they show that in the trailer, or do they wait?
Oh boy. I think they tease it. I don't think they'll show him, but they tease it.
Like, just imagine if we see a lineup shot of the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the X-Men, and fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You know, it's like, oh my fucking God. That's where the trailer ends, and it's like, see you next year, losers. This is all you get.
I want the trailer to end with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man walking up to Doom and saying, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eyes.
Dirt in your eye. Oh, look at little Iron Man Jr. Gonna cry.
Look at little Iron Man Jr. Gonna cry.
No, it's them all sitting in Avengers Tower, and this is so okay. So exclusive, you get a Wow Wednesday exclusive, right? I have on unconfirmed reports, insider information. It says the after credit scene of this movie is going to be reminiscent of the shawarma scene from the first Avengers. They're going to be sitting in there in the table, and they're going to like be like, well, where's the food? And the door's going to open, and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man has got boxes of pizza. He sets them on the table, and he goes, it's pizza time.
wait. Are you fucking serious?
And then he goes, bum, 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 bum.
Oh my, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably jizz right there in the middle of the
And then they'll be like, this is the last Marvel movie we're ever going to make. And it's
Dude,
like, my God, we don't need another.
Yeah, at that point, you've reached peak. It's all downhill from there.
Like, we can't, yeah, it's like, it's all down. What else can you do? Like, and it's like, how can it get any better? And then you hear, it's not pizza time. And then Toby turns, and there's Jared Leto. It's Morbin time.
Oh, no.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, humanity, we had it, and then we lost it. We reached the peak of our potential, and then we just let it all go, just because of this fucking vampire. Fucking fuck.
Honestly, if Deadpool is in the movie, whichever one he's in, if it's this, I think it's Secret Wars he's in, there has to be some type of Morbin time. They have to do it.
It's Morbin time.
Like, even it's just like Like, because they tease the Avengers Assemble bit in Deadpool and Wolverine, but he's got to be like, do we need some catchphrase? Like, it's morbid time or something. Like, something. There's got to be something. Bro, imagine if Secret Wars even has fucking Daredevil in it. Just for the fuck of it.
Fuck it, dude. Bring everybody in.
Like, it's been leaked that Daredevil Born Again Season 3 is going to have Iron Fist and Luke Cage back. Like, just put them all in it. Except the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're not allowed to. Even though they should be, they're not allowed.
Dude, they can't. You know what would happen if they did. Listen. If they do too much with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and throw it in there, dog, the black hole in the center of the Milky Way galaxy will expand and consume everything.
Yeah, they will canonize literally everything else but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Listen, man, I'd rather not fuck with that black hole, all right? And that keeping Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. separate from the rest of the MCU, that is the only thing that keeps that black hole in check. That's it. That's all that's holding us back.
We're gonna see the emissary of hell, Spider-Man, before we see fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
So, anyway, I mean, this breakdown of this trailer, and it was all text, is already more hype than Clayface.
Oh, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Like,
of fucking course.
So, yeah.
I'm not, bro, this description really does have me hyped. This, oh God, man, I can feel the kid in me just, it feels magical.
Give it to me now is what I don't want it then. I want it now.
I want it.
I don't want to have to wait.
I want all of it.
Where is this now? Now we get into the news from the Spider-Man Brand New Day script pages that were obtained by Entertainment Weekly, which is really, really weird. That they were given this at all, but marketing is marketing. So what we learned from Spider-Man Brand New Day script pages, new suit, opening scene, and more. So here's everything. Here's what we learned. An updated opening Marvel logo. Longtime watchers are familiar with the opening logo from any MCU entry. Footage from various moments across the films playing within the Marvel Studios insignia. That footage for Spider-Man Brand New Day, according to a script annotation from Cretton, will now introduce footage of the memories Peter no longer shares with Ned and MJ. So it's going to be the friends we made along the way. And the opening scene. The opening scene of Spider-Man Brand New Day involves Peter completely alone for the first time. In his possession is the letter he wrote for MJ at the end of No Way Home. The one that explains what happened with Doctor Strange's spell and why no one, including her, knows who he is. We're 9 months after the events of the ending shot from No Way Home with Peter in his new apartment. He developed some unhealthy living patterns and it's taking a physical toll on him. What's described in the script as a small, sharp headache is our first inkling that living completely in the shadows is taking its toll on Peter. Something is changing, and maybe not for the better. Mutagenic nightmare. It's happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, of course.
That was
obviously the trailer.
Yeah, this next one is brand new, and this is some contention. Meet Evie. Peter no longer has access to Tony Stark's money or gadgets. Quote, all of his tech needs to have been made by Peter, Cretton writes in the annotations. Enter Evie, Peter's AI assistant who operates similar to Stark's Jarvis or Friday.
Okay.
She is, quote, sadly the closest thing Peter has to a friend.
I know where you're about to go with this. Oh, he shouldn't have access to this kind of technology. Wizard. I have an AI assistant in my phone.
That's true. It depends on how powerful. If it's on par with a Jarvis or a Friday, then and again like Karen. I'm surprised they didn't list Karen here. Karen got fucking just killed. Like Karen got taken out back and shot. Where the fuck is Karen? Hashtag justice for Karen.
With Peter being a genius, like the idea that he could make his own AI assistant in today's day and age, that's really not unreasonable.
Yeah. Like I said, it just depends on how. The thing is with the AI, an AI on the level of Jarvis or Friday, that's Peter's creation. Where's server farm and all the clean water that he's using to do it? That's like ruining the environment.
Don't you worry about that, sunshine. All right.
So he also has a homemade fabricator, which is essentially a 3D printer on steroids. Something that could be made by a kid genius with limited funds.
I mean, yeah, 3D printing's been around for a minute at this point.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't, as long as it's not used in like a Deus Ex Machina, like a problem solver, like it could do whatever. If it's very limited, then that's okay. It seems with everything, they're still keeping everything street level and everything. So, keeping an eye on MJ and Ned. So that's something we didn't notice with these web shooters right here. Because I remember in the set photos we were seeing these, and I thought that they were rigging for the wires, that the web shooters weren't going to be this big, but here they are. They're that big. Inside Peter's room are Ned's Lego Emperor figurine and the coffee cup NJ gave him once upon a time. Now relics from their time together. I love how it's like this is an actual like thing to keep, and it's like, and the coffee cup MJ gave him once upon a time, like the one from the end of No Way Home. Like that's garbage. That's garbage, Peter. Throw that away. He also set up alerts on his phone, one that tells him flowers for May to deliver later to her gravesite. Another that notifies him of social media posts from his former best friend about getting accepted to MIT's engineering program. Peter smiles for them, even if he's miserable without them. The stage direction reads, and then we see that in the trailer where he jumps off the thing. As Peter's voiceover continues reading the letter, we cut to a familiar scene from the trailer. Spider-Man sitting upside down on a steel beam over New York City. Police scanner on his phone notifies him that a SWAT team is en route in 15 minutes to handle a situation. He pulls his mask down, letting himself fall off the edge. He webs and swings away as music starts to play as we begin montage, the script reads. New Spidey suit. And yes, Peter has a new Spider-Man suit. Again, he doesn't have access to his typical resources. He goes back to his roots and makes a new one himself. One inspired by his encounter with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man variants from No Way Home. Real fabric, seams, and wrinkles. Gretton writes. So, and then here's the scripts. So yeah, definitely still hyped with this, and we, it's like, I really want to see it, and it's close.
Oh man,
we're close to it.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I think we're going to have a good old rip snoring time with our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't know why the southern accent all of a sudden, but
yeah, he really got in there.
There you go, boy. That's right. That's a Peter Parker right there. That's a good old boy right there.
Good old. You got a pretty mouth.
you got a pretty mouth there, Spidey.
Gunn needs to need something good to beat Avengers Doomsday. Oh, he's not. He can't. He's not gonna.
No.
And he shouldn't. He shouldn't either. He shouldn't, because Doomsday is building off of decades upon decades of build up.
I can guarantee you right now, there is no film coming out this year that is going to make more money than Avengers Doomsday. It's not fucking happening.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding Doomsday back is Dune coming out the same day.
Dune's not gonna.
It's not saying that, but you're still like, that's another movie. Yeah, and so like,
homie, that's gonna be a detriment to Dune.
It is, but it's still like counter programming does hurt both people logistically.
It'll hurt Doomsday a little bit, but No, Doom's going to get the raw end of that deal. Absolutely.
Yeah. Check out our new movie, Spider-Man Depression. Well, that's the thing, right? That was the thing that everyone said. It was like, I need that motherfucker depressed. I need him to be sad. Damn it! Like, I don't want him to be happy.
Have you
Spider-Man?
Have you read the comic books? Peter's life is constant fucking pain.
Yeah, Spider-Man cannot be happy. Is like Peter can't be happy. Whatever it is. Like, it's like Spider-Man can't do good while Peter Parker's life succeeds. It can't happen.
He will never be happy. There will never be an end to his suffering. Peter Parker's existence is hell.
Peter needs happy pills.
Do you know why Mephisto wanted his and MJ's marriage? Do you know why he wanted that instead of Peter's soul? Peter was probably like, well, can't you just take my soul to hell? And Mephisto's like, Peter, you're Peter fucking Parker. Your whole life is hell. You're already there.
So, another thing that was I saw on Twitter, something about how Peter's gonna like misinterpret Aunt May's last words about great power, great responsibility, and so that's going to be kind of like possibly the theme of the movie.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, so it's like that's instead of just getting it. Yeah, here it is right here. Maybe I'll read this to you. Maybe I'm just writing this for me. Maybe that's my responsibility to live alone with the truth. It's annotated, misinterprets what May said to him. So it's like he's saying that it's my responsibility to be alone.
That's so
because I have this great power.
So fucking sad.
So, which is good.
Like
that's
spider. It looks like a bug. We just want
I think we all just one big. Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. I watched the cartoons in the '90s and stuff. I never read the comic books. Well, the '90s. I mean, he broods in the '90s cartoon, but he's never. His life's more or less fine.
Yeah, but no, comic book Peter Parker is. I really do want to give him a hug, like that poor motherfucker.
So yeah. Another thing that Marvel has is they are re-releasing Avengers Endgame back into theaters. This will feature new footage that apparently will tie into the narrative Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, we know we fucked up almost everything after Endgame except for No Way Home, and Shang-Chi was okay. But we know we fucked up pretty much. Well, Fantastic Four was good too. But we know we fucked up like 80%.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, Deadpool. Okay, we fucked up like 75% of the shit that came out.
Yeah, you like Captain America.
We fucked up 72% of everything that came out after Endgame. So we're just gonna put these scenes in here to cover up all that mess, and you can just go from Endgame to Doomsday. Don't you worry about all that shit in between, Sunshine. Don't you worry.
Some people, they were saying that they're like they've retconned the rest of it. I don't know if that's what this is.
It's not.
I don't think it is either. I think if anything, this might show what it. Someone said that it could show Steve, and it will lead into Steve and the baby and all the stuff that goes in that whole thing. That would make sense. I don't think that this is going to show Doom, but it could. Doom would be easy to do because you don't need Downey, you just need the CGI suit.
I mean, that could be a new post-credit scene.
Yeah, I think that's more or less what this is. It's gonna they're gonna make you watch that whole movie to see the post credits, and it'll be a setup for Doomsday. It'll just be Doctor Doom will return or some shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna go see it. I don't care. This will be recorded in cell phones within the first hour. Like they're just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it.
I don't know. I'll probably go see it. To see Endgame in theaters again? Fuck it.
Yeah, maybe. I suppose. But there's a lot of movies coming out. I mean, this will be later. This will be next year at least. But like, there's a lot of movies coming out already to go see. So
I know. Shit. What's the next one I gotta go see?
And there's He-Man. There's Spider-Man. There's Supergirl.
I guess the next one is going to be that Spielberg film, Disclosure.
Yeah, you talked about that last week.
Yeah, I think that comes out next month. That's probably going to be the next one I see.
So
Fuck, when does Toy
another
Story come out? Is that next
Toy
month?
Story. Toy Story's pretty. That's up next. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go see both of them in May.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking movies. A lot of movies. A lot of games. Like GTA 6 is still coming out this year.
Yeah, GTA 6 is coming out this year.
Wolverine.
James Bond got delayed, but I think it's still coming out this year.
Yeah, James Bond.
Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to come out at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna make the deadline. Nomura won't lie to me.
Nomura. I trust Nomura because Nomura never lies.
But another out there that's making Marvel movies. And that's Sony. Another thing to look forward to is the Spider-Man Noir Amazon Prime thing, which I canceled Amazon Prime, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. I gotta watch this too. But I might wait on that till it's over and then binge it.
It does look good though. I mean,
It does look good, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. It looks really fucking good.
But Sony has said that multiple Spider-Man projects similar to Spider Noir are in the works. They're following a little bit that same formula, that same idea of taking a genre and elevating it by putting a spider variant into it. You know what, Sony? This is all right. This is okay. Instead of doing those weird anti-hero Spider-Man-less villain movies, you have access to all of these characters. Spider-Gwen, Miles, Silk, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Punk. You know, like you have access to all these characters.
And of course,
that's okay.
Let's not forget the great one. My friend, your friend, everybody's favorite neighborhood swine, Peter Porker.
Peter Porker, right? Like you could do a whole lot with like that Spider-Ham universe.
Spider-Pig.
So, you know, and the
I'm sorry.
So there's
Peter
a lot.
Porker. I'm hungry. I need you for breakfast.
just let me trim a little off your ass.
I need some bacon. I'm sorry.
But no, like Spider-Man 2099. You know, like you could do a lot with that. Spider-Gwen can do a lot with that, live action, animated or otherwise, you know, and already you want a good genre, futuristic. Spider-Man 29 elevates the genre. You want 2D, you got Spider-Ham, you know, cartoony fun. You know, you want to do something, you want to do Miles, you can do Miles, you know, like even though I don't think they should because Spider-Verse is the claim to fame in that regard, but you know, still.
That's true, but bro, I'm telling you, sooner or later, they are going to do a live action Miles.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like if you're going to do it on its own, is what I mean, like, because you're going to do it in the MCU, that's okay. But if you can do it on its own and you're in the MCU, like it's, you know, here you go, pal, take my ass.
Here you go, pal. Oink, take my ass. It's like, oh, all right, well, shit.
So yeah, so like I said, like Sony, that's okay. You can do this. You can do this. You don't have to worry about your weird, you know, anti-hero villain things.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Sony, but I love Craven. I love Morbius. But you know what? I love them when they're paired with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like they can't be villains on their own doing this weird shit.
You hear that, DC? So. We don't need a Clayface movie. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, to just loop it back around, that is just what I see when I look at that is the Sonyverse.
I honest to God, I would rather cancel the Clayface film, do your Batman film in the DCU, and just have Clayface be the villain. Like, I'd rather that than you make a Clayface movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's our show. We only have a little bit of movie stuff here, but I think I'll save that. And And then next week, of course, we have our gaming news with the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced breakdown that we'll be doing. All of things from top to bottom, because there's some things some people missed that only I, the resident Black Flag expert, is aware of. But
we also have the new they're canceling the Venom game, and we're gonna get a Spider Pig game instead.
So they did cancel the Venom game.
And they're gonna replace it with Spider Pig, right?
They might. With Spider Pig is Jesker's new gimmick now.
That's my new gimmick. I'm changing my channel name from Jesker James to Spider Pig.
To Spider Pig. Speaking of pigs, in our poll, we have here 5 votes. Should we do Drama Slop on Tuesday nights? And so far, we have a unanimous 100% yes that we should do that. I will take it under advisement.
Oink, oink, motherfuckers.
So, yeah, we will see what happens there. It's weird. So, like, StreamYard doesn't have the poll, but this Streamlabs does, but it doesn't show it as anything in the post, but it shows up that it's a comment that happened in the chat. That's weird. There are many great mysteries of this site.
I haven't fucked around with the polls.
Noxy says, is SNK making another Samurai Showdown? You guys know, please tell me yes. I think they just did a Samurai Showdown not too long ago, but
I remember Shaolin Showdown.
The Shaolin Showdown, man, that was some good shit.
That was some good shit, homie. Oh my god.
I've been watching X-Men Evolution, and I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, man, like, it's crazy to think that I've seen more of this than I did the X-Men animated series, because just having those VHS and just watching it all the time. But I just, like, a lot of it I don't remember, then a lot of it is just ingrained in my brain. Like, I just watched the Walking on the Wild Side episode, which is when the girls do, like, the vigilante thing, and they're all, like, in sunglasses and leather and stuff like that. It was all, like, they're cool and everything. And it was like, I was like, man, like, I used to watch this episode a lot when I was a kid. But yeah, just still good shit. Still that show. I can't wait to get done with that and then move on to Wolverine and the X-Men, because that one is brand new to me. And that one I've always read used people that didn't get used. And you got some more work in that way.
Yeah,
and
it's good. I wish they had continued it, but
yeah, that's the same thing with a lot of them. I don't think I don't remember if Evolution ends properly or not, or if it has a cliffhanger.
It kind of ends properly, but it also has a cliffhanger. You get an end to the story up to that point, but then it throws in a little something at the end where it's like, oh, maybe this is gonna happen. And
yeah, they were all doing that back then. Like, they were all those 2000s cartoons were like,
but if
they didn't know if they were gonna get something or not.
But if you take that one clip out and just ignore it, I mean, it is a complete story.
Yeah. Swan asked, does Jessica have a new mic, or is it your new streaming platform? Well, with the problems that happened earlier, because you had used that mic that you were using at the beginning of the stream last week when we were using, and you use it when you go on Cynic Show and everything.
I have 2 mics that I use. I have a Blue Yeti. That's the one that I was using to begin with.
Yeah,
it's a standalone USB mic, and then I have a mic that is built into my headset. And those are the 2 primary mics that I do have a couple of other mics, but I don't use them very often. But those are the 2 primary ones. So I think it's just I think it's a streaming service.
Yeah, because the settings is different, and everything. Baki says also King Spawn is happening. I haven't seen anything about a King Spawn thing. But I'm seeing like fake trailers from months ago. Is Is it a movie or is it a new relaunch?
I'd really like to get an adjustable mic stand, but I haven't found a good one that I really like.
Well, I have the metal arm thing that holds up. So
that's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is a lot of it doesn't clip to the table, doesn't clip to the desk, you know?
That's exactly. I found some, but I don't have any that like just clips to the table because I don't want to have to make it to a big rigmarole. I want something I can just clip and unclip.
Yeah, so the way that this one, and this is the standard one that you're going to get, is it spins. You turn a handle and it presses a disc into, and it vice grips it that way. And you can keep doing it and undoing it, but it is like, it's a lot of twisting. You're just like, okay, wait, get it up here. With me, the way I've done it, because now that I don't sit it at my desk directly anymore, I bought like a TV dinner tray, and clip it to that. And so that way it can just stay attached to this table. And I just move the table back and forth.
What brand did you get?
So I got it just off of Amazon. The brand would be just some random Amazon like Japanese Chinese thing.
Send me the link. If you still got it, send me the link.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I bought it in I
mean, you don't gotta do it right now. Just whenever you get the chance.
Yeah, when I got it, it was in a bundle with a pop filter, I think as well, and I'm not even signed in. Yeah, Baki says an actual movie wizard, like King Spawn is a real movie. Well, like I said, I looked it up, and I saw a fake trailer. But I see an IMDb article, but that's it. I ain't seeing comicbook.com, but that's from July of 2024. So I don't know. I think there's a chance we could see Blumhouse and Jamie Foxx's King Spawn film. So that's what it is. They've been dude, King Spawn isn't happening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's happening. Hopefully SNK bless us with another Fatal Fury, the motion picture. Yeah. So anyway, next week, gaming news as we break down Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. We'll also be discussing Xbox's somehow returned from the dead. We all thought it was over. We have PlayStation deciding that you do not own your games, actually. And as well as some other random news, including a game we just recently talked about on the channel, friend of the channel, Power Wash Simulator's newest DLC got announced. And Jesker, it's for something that you like, so they'll get you next time. And also possible return of Joel from The Last of Us. So all that and more happening next week. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Noxie. Thank you, Baki. Thank you, Swan. And thank you, Roygen, for being here as well. And Victor, the Lore Seeker, for popping by. And Series of Bats as well. It's not as easy on this one because I don't have the profile pictures. So I have to look at the ats. It's an adjustment. What can you do? But what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can give me money and we will go back to StreamYard. But until that time, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jesker, for being here.
Of course.
See you all next week for some awesome piratey fun. And I will play the outro.